In this video we are going to look into the story of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and outside of the ring his domestic violence, which has led him to court on several occasions and even prison. Let's take a look into Floyd Mayweather and his crimes against women. Floyd Mayweather Jr., known as Money Mayweather, won world titles in 5 different weight divisions. His boxing record is impeccable, beating Rocky Marciano's and making him a 50-0 record. A record that no fighter has ever achieved. Love him or hate him, his brilliance in the ring is phenomenal, but we are going to look outside of the ring and see how this skilled fighter has been a danger to the women in his life, the crimes he committed, and his punishments in court. Mayweather has a long history of domestic violence. Since 2002, Mayweather has been accused of violence against women with alarming frequency. He pleaded guilty in 2 of those incidents, and in another he was convicted only to have the charges dismissed 4 years later. The most recent incident, in which he hit his ex-girlfriend in front of 2 of their children at 5 a.m. in 2010, resulted in a 90-day prison sentence. But let's look further into these cases. Over a 5-month period in 2001 and 2002, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of domestic violence. He received 48 hours of community service and 2 days house arrest. 3 other charges of stalking, obstruction of a police officer, and breaking a protective order were dismissed. Melissa Brim, the mother of Mayweather's oldest daughter, was the victim. Mayweather had swung open a car door, hitting her in the face. He then pushed her into the car and gave her a flurry of punches to the face and body. In November 2003, Mayweather was arrested and charged with 2 counts of battery for allegedly fighting with 2 women at a Las Vegas nightclub. He was later convicted of misdemeanor battery and ordered to serve 100 hours of community service. One of the victims testified that Mayweather punched her in the face and punched her friend in the back of the head when she tried to help. Later, these charges were dismissed from his record in 2008 under negotiations. These were not domestic violence, but it was violence once again, against women. In December 2011, Floyd Mayweather pleaded guilty to 1 count of battery on grounds of domestic violence. He also pleaded no contest to 2 counts of harassment for attacking the mother of his 3 children. He was sentenced to 90 days in prison, but released after 60. The victim, Josie Harris, got home at 2:30 a.m. to find Mayweather talking to their 2 children. They both got into an argument, and Harris called the police. Mayweather left after the police arrived, but returned at 5 a.m. with a friend. Josie Harris woke up to Mayweather standing over her reading her text messages. When she admitted she was seeing someone, he started to hit her. Mayweather hit her in the back of the head multiple times and dragged her off the sofa by her hair. He told her he was going to kill her and the man that she was messing with. One of Mayweather's sons woke up and saw the attack. He ran outside to a neighbor's to get help, and the police was called. Harris told Yahoo's Martin Rogers in 2013, "Did he beat me to a pulp? No. But I had bruises on my body and contusions and concussion, because the hits were to the back of my head. I believe it was planned to do that. Because the bruises don't show." Harris had redness on her face and a large contusion to the right side of her forehead and chin when she was examined at the hospital, according to the incident report. Floyd Mayweather Jr. claimed he was only found guilty because of his image. "I'm black, I'm rich, and I'm outspoken," Mayweather told Katie Couric of the conviction in an interview with Yahoo Global News in 2015. Those are 3 strikes right there. But Mayweather did acknowledge putting his hands on Harris. "Did I restrain a woman that was on drugs?" he continued. "Yes, I did. So if they say that's domestic violence, then you know what I'm guilty. I'm guilty of restraining someone." Harris later gave a statement about how her life was with Mayweather. She said, "I was a battered woman. I felt embarrassed about saying I was a battered woman. I felt shame. I felt like it was my fault. What did I do? I didn't understand what a battered woman was at that time. Now I know I was in a very dysfunctional, hostile relationship and a victim of domestic violence." Mayweather has tried to brush the domestic violence cases under the carpet, not wanting them to ruin his image as a boxer. Mayweather did go on to further his career double than what he was before. Many people probably didn't know, or they didn't care as long as they seen the fighting brilliance of Mayweather in the ring. In March 2020, 40-year-old Rosie Harris was found dead in her car outside her home in California. Police said there was no foul play to her death. Later, at an autopsy, it was revealed she died of her accidental overdose. She shared 3 children with Floyd Mayweather, 2 sons and a daughter.